Mike Tyson, people talk to. There's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, they're like, this shouldn't even, like, because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
Joe Rogan has just reacted to Mike Tyson sending his sparring partner to hospital after a brutal knockout. Renowned for his powerful strikes and unmatched aggression in the ring, Tyson's sparring session incident left the boxing world buzzing, and it quickly caught the attention of UFC commentator and podcaster Joe Rogan. The sparring session was intended to sharpen Tyson's skills and prepare him for what many believe will be an intense bout against Jake Paul. However, the training session took an unexpected turn when Tyson, seemingly in peak physical form, delivered a powerful blow that left his sparring partner needing medical attention. Sources close to the training camp say the partner was knocked out so brutally that he had to be rushed to the hospital for treatment and observation. The condition of the sparring partner has not yet been fully disclosed, though reports suggest he is recovering well.
Nice left hook. Up. Was good for today. Yeah. Actually. You sure? Yeah, me too. You sure? Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. You sure? Yeah. Yes. Right? Let's do this. You did great. We're done. You sure? Yes. Trust me. I got a lot in me. Let's get started.
Tyson, at 58, has continued to amaze fans and analysts with his enduring strength and speed, showing that he remains a force to be reckoned with. Known as Iron Mike, Tyson has stayed relatively active in the fight scene, with an exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020 reminding fans of his dangerous punching power. Tyson's readiness to step into the ring with a much younger fighter like Paul has fans anticipating a dramatic, action-packed fight. On his recent podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan reacted to the news with excitement and a hint of concern. Rogan, a longtime fan and commentator of combat sports, has followed Tyson's career closely and has immense respect for his legacy in the ring. His comments highlighted both admiration for Tyson's power and questions about whether such intensity is safe during sparring sessions.
Because here's the thing, he is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows. And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that. And it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries.
Rogan said that Mike Tyson just put someone in the hospital during sparring. This guy has the ability to turn it up in a way that's terrifying. Even at his age, he's a monster. Imagine what Jake Paul is thinking right now after hearing this. It's one thing to talk about a big game, but Tyson is on a different level. Rogan has previously commented on the dangers of sparring injuries and the fine line fighters must walk when preparing for high-stakes bouts. He voiced a mix of excitement and worry for both Tyson and Paul, noting that sparring knockouts could have long-term consequences if not carefully managed. Rogan added that this is the last person you'd want to make angry in ring. If Tyson's delivering knockouts in training, Jake Paul better be preparing himself in ways he's never done before.
If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro.
Mike Tyson from Marvis Frazier fought Jake Paul. Jake Paul's dead. There's a dark chamber in his mind that he can open up. The question is, can his body move along with it?
The upcoming fight between Tyson and Paul has already generated considerable hype as it represents a clash between two vastly different generations and approaches to boxing. Tyson, with a legacy as one of the greatest heavyweights in history, brings a fearsome reputation and decades of experience. On the other hand, Jake Paul, while new to the professional boxing scene, has made a name for himself with a string of high-profile wins against MMA fighters and a steadily improving skill set. Tyson has publicly praised Paul in the past, recognizing the influence he has brought to boxing, particularly among younger fans. However, both men are keenly aware that their matchup is more than just a media event. It's a chance for each to prove something in the ring. For Tyson, it's an opportunity to remind fans of his unmatched power and to defy the effects of aging. For Paul, it's a challenge to stand toe-to-toe with a legend and prove his skills against one of the sport's all-time greats. Rogan touched on this dynamic as well, commenting that there's a lot on the line here for both of them. Mike's looking to show he's still got it, and Jake's wanting to prove he can hang with someone of Mike's caliber. But the fact that Tyson is sending sparring partners to the hospital, that's going to mess with your mind if you're on the other side of the ring.
Because that's what he's doing. The gamble is, like, there's not a chance in hell that Jake Paul would survive against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier. You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight, because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports, and Joe Frazier had been talking about Tyson, that if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. And so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. It was an execution.
Is that the one in Atlantic City where it lasted 1 round?
While Rogan has supported Paul's foray into the boxing world, he has also issued advice and cautions to the young boxer. Over the years, Rogan has praised Paul's dedication to training, particularly his commitment to refining his technique and improving his conditioning. However, the news of Tyson's recent knockout incident seems to have prompted Rogan to express greater caution. As an experienced commentator, Rogan highlighted that Paul's biggest advantage could lie in his youth and stamina, suggesting that if the fight goes into later rounds, it may favor Paul's endurance. However, he was quick to emphasize that Paul must avoid Tyson's powerful strikes at all costs. He said that Jake's cardio could carry him if he manages to drag this fight out, but that means he has to avoid getting hit by Tyson's bombs early on. One clean shot from Mike, and it's over. Meanwhile, top boxing promoter Hearn has openly criticized the upcoming November showdown, voicing his firm opposition. In an interview with Michael Benson, Hearn made it clear he has no intention of staying to witness the eagerly awaited November 15th rematch between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, even though he's the promoter. His choice to step away reflects deep concerns regarding Tyson's age and the risks he associates with what he sees as a lopsided contest. During the interview, Hearn didn't mince words. "I think it's a huge shame that one of the biggest legends of the sport is coming back to the ring 20 years after everyone agreed he should stop boxing. He's 58 years old. That's dangerous," he said. Hearn emphasized that placing a veteran like Tyson, at his age, in the ring with a 27-year-old like Jake Paul shows a blatant lack of respect for both the sport's integrity and Tyson's well-being. Hearn has frequently voiced his aversion to celebrity boxing spectacles, yet his concerns about the Tyson-Paul bout go beyond simple disapproval. His primary focus is on Mike Tyson's safety, given that the 58-year-old is set to take on an opponent more than 3 decades his junior. If he gets hurt, then it's on those people who allowed this to happen, Hearn warned. Hearn sees this fight as a serious risk to Tyson's health, a concern heightened by Tyson's past health issues in recent years. The match was postponed once before for those very reasons, a warning Hearn feels should not have been dismissed. Nevertheless, the event is drawing attention, not for its athletic value, but for the celebrity appeal, with many viewing it as a spectacle rather than a true test of skill. As the fight draws near, the boxing community stands divided. Hearn's cautions echo among fans and analysts who view the matchup as a dangerous gamble. Meanwhile, anticipation builds among those thrilled to see Tyson, an enduring icon of the sport, make his return despite the risks. For many, this fight represents a unique clash of eras and personas. Tyson, the legendary heavyweight, and Jake Paul, the influencer-turned-boxer, coming together in what promises to be a media frenzy. Amidst the frenzy surrounding the Paul-Tyson bout, Hearn stands firm in his support of Katie Taylor's eagerly awaited rematch with Amanda Serrano. He has praised the fight as a pivotal moment in Taylor's career and a matchup that truly preserves the sport's integrity. But when it comes to Tyson's return, Hearn is firm. "I'll watch Katie Taylor, and then I'm out." In contrast, Mike Tyson's friend and former trainer sees his upcoming match with Jake Paul as potentially the easiest payday of his career. Australian boxing icon Jeff Fenech knows Tyson well, having trained with the former heavyweight champion during the latter part of his career in the mid-2000s. Fenech, who was in Tyson's corner for his last professional fight, a knockout defeat against Kevin McBride in 2005, shares his worries about Tyson's decision to step back into the ring. Nevertheless, he believes that if Tyson approaches the fight with a solid strategy, it could lead to a swift victory for his longtime friend. "If it was my decision, I'd much prefer him not fight at all, but he's going to fight," Fenech told Mirror Fighting. He added, "I've spoken to him a few times recently. I spoke to him about the fight. Realistically, if Mike uses upstairs and nothing else, and does the right things, this could be the easiest money he's ever made. When you're both throwing punches, it's a 50-50 thing who lands, but if Mike concentrates and makes him miss, and then makes him pay, that's what Mike's an expert in. He's got great head movement." Fenech further said, "If he does that in 30 seconds, the fight could be over in 30 seconds. Mike just needs to use his common sense. Don't try to punch when he's punching. Make him miss, and make him pay." Jake Paul has emerged victorious in 10 of his 11 fights, with his only defeat coming at the hands of Tommy Fury. Yet, none of his opponents in the same weight class can match Tyson. Fenech cautions that the social media star is in for a rude awakening when he finally faces Tyson's incredible power. As per Fenech, Jake Paul doesn't have the skill, the boxing knowledge. "I've watched him, but anyone can punch a pad or a bag or someone who really can't fight. When you're bigger and you're stronger, that's all good. But Mike, as a heavyweight, was a great defensive fighter. He could slip and make people miss. If he does that and lands a counterpunch, then the fight is going to be over." He further mentioned, "There's not a chance in the world Jake Paul can take a Mike Tyson hook, a Mike Tyson right hand, or a Mike Tyson uppercut. That's what I'm hoping for. I love Mike. He's a great friend. He's like family to me. I just hope everything goes well." Mike Tyson's health scare in May has certainly raised concerns among some boxing fans regarding his upcoming match against Jake Paul next month. However, not everyone feels the same way. Combat sports legend Quentin "Rampage Jackson Jackson expressed his unwavering support for Tyson in an interview with TMZ Sports, confidently stating that he's still in Tyson's corner. Jackson assures us he would never gamble against Mike, even after he dealt with the ulcer flare-up that forced the fight to be rescheduled from the summer to November 15th. He's my favorite boxer, Rampage said. While he acknowledged Father Time is undefeated, that won't deter Jackson from rocking with one of the GOATs against his much younger op. He said, anything can happen in the boxing ring, but I ain't gonna go against Mike Tyson. The reporter also inquired with Rampage regarding Tyson's remarks from his recent guest spot on Jimmy Kimmel Live. During the show, Iron Mike hinted at the possibility of fighting while under the influence, adding that he isn't approaching the idea with much seriousness. Jackson said, I don't know about that. Mike Tyson is probably just talking shit, man. Rampage expresses his belief that fighters shouldn't smoke pot before a match, arguing that it can only be detrimental, regardless of whether Tyson was being genuine. Ultimately, Jackson is confident that Tyson will have enough stamina, whether under the influence or not, to shut that kid up, as anticipation grows for Kid Dynamite's return to the ring. Former UFC champion Conor McGregor has also weighed in, offering some sage advice to the 58-year-old boxing icon. Even with the unusual format of the fight, set to stream on Netflix, featuring 8 two-minute rounds and both fighters wearing 14-ounce gloves, fans are eagerly awaiting what the most feared fighter in his prime will bring to the ring. Among the excited spectators is former UFC lightweight champion Conor McGregor, who urged the boxing legend to rattle Paul's cages as the YouTuber-turned-boxer gears up for his second toughest challenge yet. McGregor said of the Tyson-Paul fight, I hope Mike rattles the little dope. No one gives a f**k about him. When it comes to landing devastating punches, few can match Mike Tyson. Originating from New York, he quickly established a fearsome reputation, achieving knockout victories in his first 19 fights and capturing the World Championship title at the young age of 20. McGregor told Tyson via a social media live stream, you had a little health scare. I don't know what happened to you on the plane, but you look great now, mate. You look great now for real, so off you go. You love to see it. In the meantime, Mike Tyson has clarified the reasons behind his ulcer in May, which caused him to delay his highly anticipated bout with Jake Paul, now scheduled for November 15th at AT&T Stadium. Tyson revealed that he is no longer suffering from ulcers and credits his previous health issues to his diet. Tyson revealed, I was doing too much bad food and stuff and I got sick. He said he was eating clean and avoiding processed foods before his fight with Paul, who is 31 years his junior. He also added that he was still vaping. Can't escape the vapes, he said. When asked how his fight with Paul could impact his legacy, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world displayed an unshakable confidence, showing that he is largely unconcerned with the opinions others may hold about his career. He said, I didn't take this fight for legacy. I think legacy really, to my perspective, legacy is ego. Who gives a f**k how people think about them when they are gone? I'm dead. I can't value off what somebody might think about me when I'm dead, so it means nothing to me. Tyson stated that Paul was taking the fight very seriously. He added that his brand of energy supplements will help me focus more on breaking his bones. In contrast, Paul has displayed considerable confidence leading up to the fight. Back in September, he revealed he would give Tyson an extra $5 million if he could last more than 4 rounds. However, Paul added a playful stipulation. If Tyson couldn't meet the challenge, he would have to tattoo I love Jake Paul on his body. Having initially risen to fame as a YouTuber, Paul has only achieved a split decision victory over Tommy Fury in one of his 10 professional bouts.
Can Jake Paul expect from a Mike Tyson that's energized with LF Go?
Constant pressure, in the face all night. Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
Although Mike Tyson harbors a strong desire to take on Jake Paul, he openly admits to liking him. Buoyed by this newfound confidence, Iron Mike declares himself ready to confront Paul. During his appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Tyson was asked about the polarizing former YouTuber. He said, I like him, but in this particular fight, he has to go. I don't look at this like it's going to be an easy right. This guy is going to be prepared, but I'm prepared for it, sure. When told that Paul would be scared to fight him, Tyson added, well, that's part of fighting. I'm nervous too. But the closer it gets to the fight, the least nervous I get. I'm training extremely hard. I start at 11 a.m. and I might leave the gym at 5 p.m. When I finish doing my boxing sessions, I'll get a massage for an hour, and then I go into strength and conditioning, boasting an impressive tally of 50 victories, 44 of which came by knockout, alongside 6 losses. This matchup is widely viewed as pivotal for his legacy. Yet, Tyson remains indifferent to such pressures. He hasn't engaged in a competitive bout since his 2005 loss to Kevin McBride. On the other hand, Paul has carved out a noteworthy record of 10 wins, 7 by knockout, and only one defeat. Most recently, he showcased his prowess by stopping bare-knuckle boxing champion Mike Perry in July, scoring knockdowns in the first, second, and sixth rounds. Even at 58, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson has no intention of working harder in the ring. Tyson said at a news conference to announce his collaboration with Let's F***ing Go Energy Pouches, "If I don't have to catch him, you can expect a round 1 knockout, but I may have to catch him because I anticipate this guy running from me." Nearly 20 years have elapsed since his last fight, yet Tyson asserts that he feels invigorated as he prepares for this upcoming match. He credits his newfound optimism to a more stable personal life, a stark contrast to the tumultuous times he endured during his heavyweight championship reign. Tyson said, "When I was fighting professionally, I was too stressed out. I never had a chance to relax or enjoy my championships because everything was coming at me. There were lawsuits and divorces. I never enjoyed myself as a human being. This is a moment in time when I can enjoy myself as a human being. I have better life skills now than I did while fighting." When reflecting on the excitement of taking on an opponent 31 years his junior, Tyson expressed his passion for competition and highlighted how irresistible the chance to showcase his skills in a football stadium was. "I kind of dig being seen by 80,000 people," he said. Jake Paul, meantime, has made the decision to quit boxing after adamantly stating that he will knock Mike Tyson out of the ring. This pivotal clash signifies Paul's 12th venture into the world of professional boxing, where he has suffered just one defeat against Tommy Fury in February 2023. Following that loss, he rebounded impressively, notching up 4 straight victories. Now, Paul is determined to extend his winning streak as he faces Tyson, who, at 58 years old, re-entered the boxing arena in 2020 for an exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr. The 27-year-old is set to leave his fans buzzing with anticipation as he contemplates a hiatus from the sport following his match against the former undisputed heavyweight champion. In a chat with streamer Aiden Ross, Paul shared his thoughts on what lies ahead after the fight.
I feel like I'm going to take a little break. You know, I think I've been going... I'm going to pull a Aiden Ross and just disappear, man.
What the dude?
Yeah, I'm going to just go off grid.
And sip lean?
Yeah. Probably not that.
Dude, so you're down to fight.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do though. I don't know. I just like.
But I'm saying, are you gonna keep
my plan
fighting?
is just to get. Yeah, I'm gonna keep fighting for sure. But I'm just saying my plan is to get through November 15th, have the best performance possible, knock Mike Tyson out, and then just see how I'm feeling based off of that.
Tyson stirred up the hype for a potential rematch during his visit to the podcast, Impulsive, hosted by Logan Paul, by saying, "This is what's going to happen. To make everything short, 2 men are going to fight, someone's going to win, they may fight again, and then they go to their separate banks and life goes on." Paul, confident in his abilities, claimed a victory over Tyson, who bowed out of professional boxing in 2005, by stating, "One shot could change the whole entire fight. At the end of the day, there's always going to be critics no matter what you do. That's the nature of humanity. You can never satisfy people, so I don't waste my energy trying to do that. I'm just doing what I think is cool, and that's fighting Mike Tyson." During an August confrontation, Paul further proclaimed, "You're going to see on his record, Jake Paul KOs Mike Tyson. I'm not here to do shit except make a bag. Every time fighters sit across from me and it's YouTuber this and Disney kid that, and they end up on the canvas, this is going to be no different." Showcasing his business acumen, the 27-year-old added, "I brought this deal to this old man. We signed the contract with Netflix, and we brought him the deal. You're welcome, my son." Paul, the odds-on favorite, improved his record to an impressive 10-1, featuring 7 knockouts following his bout with Mike Perry on July 20th. Meanwhile, Tyson has not fought professionally since 2005. His last appearance was an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, a match that also saw Paul competing on the undercard. Because the odds were in his favor, Paul offered Tyson $5 million, but only if he won the bout. Mikey, if you can last more than 4 rounds with me, I'll give you an extra $5 million, Paul said on his Better Media's TikTok account. He added, "But if you don't, then you have to get a tattoo that says, 'I love Jake Paul. Deal or no deal.'" Recently, Tyson told USA Today that the offer ought to be $20 million. "Listen, I don't expect him to come head-on and fight me, so I have to catch him for a couple of rounds," Tyson told the outlet. In a press conference on Thursday, Tyson took a slight jab at Paul, saying that younger doesn't necessarily mean better. Paul is 31 years younger than Tyson. "I spar with younger guys, better fighters than he is. I'm just ready for the fight," Tyson said. The two announced the fight fight in March, shortly after Paul's first-round knockout victory over Ryan Borland in his native Puerto Rico. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter's Seth Abramovich, published on Tuesday, Paul talked about his plan for defeating the 58-year-old Tyson. He said, "The strategy for beating Tyson," Jake explains to me over breakfast, "is to just box on the outside and then use my footwork to be more agile and get him chasing me, and then attack him when he's out of position. That should frustrate him." His opponent, he suspects, after studying hours of Tyson fight tape, will try to trap me on the ropes and then get blows off to angles on each side. Moreover, Jake Paul has made it clear, it's Mike Tyson or no one. This announcement arises as growing anxiety mounts over the potential cancellation of their much-anticipated clash on November 15th, fueled by worries about the former heavyweight champion's health. Earlier this summer, Paul faced a significant setback when Tyson, following his doctor's advice, delayed their eagerly awaited bout due to nausea he experienced while traveling. Fans are on edge, fervently hoping that the 57-year-old won't postpone the fight once more. However, YouTuber Paul has eased concerns about Tyson, noting that he is having an excellent camp and added, "It's Mike Tyson or nothing, but first and foremost, he's healthy and feeling amazing and doing great in camp." Paul articulated his ambition to go head-to-head with Canelo Alvarez down the line, regardless of the outcome of his forthcoming bout with Tyson. While he has previously issued challenges to Canelo, he has reignited interest in a potential clash with the Mexican superstar, promising to shock the whole world should they share the ring. Paul told TMZ, "Everything I've said has come true, and why Canelo, should be awake at night, because I'm coming for him. The fight is going to happen and I will win and shock the whole entire world, and this is me currently speaking it into existence." So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.